adage goes, the enemy of my enemy is my friend, at least in wartime, right? And so I've never been a huge fan of Bill Maher. Bill Maher and I are on different sides of the political perspective, but as the Marxists push the Overton window over here, suddenly Bill Maher and I are like kind of on the same side. Bill Maher has been a crusader against wokeness and a crusader against insanity on many levels in society. And I find myself more and more watching his show, clipping it, tweeting it. It goes viral because, well, what he's saying makes a lot of sense, common sense, but it's not that common anymore, especially among the Marxists and the woke. Bill Maher also is somebody who likes to have interesting conversations. Like here, he just dropped an interview with Candace Owens. Now, what's interesting about this is that he and Candace Owens, while covering a ton of stuff in this interview, agree on some things, disagree on some things, but what they really disagreed with and on is, did the moon landing get faked by the United States government? Ooh, baby! What's this? I mean, not only is this generational, right? Bill Maher defending his generation and landing on the moon, but also, like, it's goes kind of to the heart of, like, do you trust the government? So what do you think about the moon landing? Do you think the moon landing was fake? Let me know in the comment section. Candace Owens tweeted once about it and seemed to affirm the theory that the moon landing was fake, filmed by Stanley Kubrick in West Hollywood studio somewhere. Bill Maher, of course, got really heated about that, and then they tied it all up in talking about global warming. I thought it was a really strong section of this nearly 90-minute interview. Enjoy.
First of all, it is an impressive scientific feat. It's not out of the realm of like, how could that possibly happen? It's only 250,000 miles away. They had figured out enough to be able to do it, even with the shitty computers that they had in 1969. Yes, it's risky, and we did lose people doing it. But we did do it. I mean, plainly. I mean, the idea that you could think that this was some sort of hoax, I'm sorry, but it colors everything else.
I'm just saying that, like, I'm just not, like, I feel like you're just trying to find this one. Like, I've never talked about this on my show. You're literally talking about one funny tweet
It's
thread.
relevant.
It's really
it's
not that relevant.
that you won't say,
no,
absolutely people walked on the moon. It's relevant.
I feel that you are finding an angle here to try to talk about something that I've never talked about on my podcast. I've never talked to people on a debate station.
But it's out there. I read
on a college. You probably had a producer dig up what you thought were the most absurd tweets. Like, there's no way it's out.
Candace,
like you're saying
it's
out there. There's not even articles about this. It's so obscure that it's like literally. I mean, it said like, let's have some fun. What are some of the things that, what are some conspiracy theories that you read that you have questions about? And I was like, the moon landing.
First of all, I promise you, there is no production on this show.
Okay, well, it's a pretty niche thing. Of all the things I talk about and I'm known for, like, there wasn't even an article written about this about me.
I wasn't planning to talk about it.
Yeah, so it's like, how did you get here?
Because
you saw it on Twitter?
I got here, somehow I knew it.
But how?
Because it's out there.
But it's
because
not. It's not even in my Wikipedia. Like, it's so obscure. It's so niche that I'm just like curious.
I don't think that's the case, because I think I read it in the Vanity Fair article about you.
No.
No?
Nope.
Well,
that's what I mean. It's not even relevant for, like, I've never ever had a single person sit down and ask me this question.
Well, then
so
I've
just
done
like,
America a service, because we find the baseline of your thinking. I'm sorry, but that is relevant. That you don't think men landed on the moon.
No, I just said I would like. First off, what I specifically said was,
you don't know.
I want to know why. And I think even Elon Musk said this in his timepiece.
Ask him about it.
Yeah,
Ask him about
the moon. He did address it in his timepiece.
I think he probably believes it happened.
But I'm just not interested in this topic, like, at all. So it's just like you just came in so fiery about something that I am not known for. That was like an obscure tweet of like, it started with "Let's have some fun," and it was in a joking manner. And suddenly you're like, "How could you not believe the moon landing?" And I'm like, the energy is like a little.
My apologies. I don't want this to be adversarial.
No, it was just
if
surprising.
If we hadn't got on to global warming, I wouldn't
that's something that I actually believe. So I'm okay to have this topic.
No, but I connected it to that because it was like, okay.
But I'm in the public sphere talking about that. I've had experts on my show talking about, like, Gregory Weinstein talked about his book about the climate change hoax. I care deeply about that because of the implications and how the climate change hoax and the trillions of dollars that are basically disappearing for things like Paris Accord agreement. Like, I'm very much on record in sincere manner talking about that.
Not to beat a dead horse, but if you think the moon landing is a hoax, it colors my view of what you think of the global warming being a hoax.
Okay.
So let's get on.
But I never said the moon landing is a hoax.
Well, you said
I said name one conspiracy theory.
I asked you point
almost
blank.
got you. I said I don't know anything about. I don't know anything about. I can't even debate you. You're sitting here telling me that 12 men have gone to the moon since. I don't know anything about it, and so I keep a very. Okay. I think if there's one thing that people will say about me is I don't come into conversations about things that I don't know. So I'm not going to sit here and pretend to be an expert on the moon landing.
But you're such a brilliant person.
But on things that I actually know. So I'm willing to. I'm willing to because I don't care.
Would you read about it?
I literally don't. It's to me.
Would you read
it's
about
utterly
it?
Inconsequential for the work that I do. Yeah, I would. That's why I said fun thread. Tell me this. Like we were like, tell me what's one conspiracy theory that you believe that we can look into. I mean, we really should pull the tweet because it's weird that you're making this so severe as if I was like on a talk show debating the moon landing. And so what I'm saying is I've never cared about this topic.
Because it's an undebatable topic.
I'm completely like, if you want
debatable.
to, I did make
You're making it debatable.
I don't think anyone watching this will think that I made this topic debatable. I think you've made this very debatable. All I told you was I sent a funny tweet, and it's a pretty obscure tweet that's never been ever discussed before today.
How's life in Nashville? Nashville's real, right?
Nashville is a real place, and I love Nashville. It's really great.